I can't see her. Hey, it's magic. It's. Come on, come on, come on. Now talk to me, babe. Do you know that song? You know the song? What song is this now? It's still magic? Wow, we need some congas. I wrote it. Yes, it's written and performed by me. Hello, Linda. Look at you. Look at you. You say Shabbat. And Rita, don't say nothing around small crowd. Okay? Because remember, last week it was packed. It was packed. No, it's okay. We're live. I love this hoax.
I'm always in trouble.
No, you're not. Oh, wait, but you in trouble. You took a bath with Mr. Bubble. Okay. Oh, my God. You know why you like Mr. Bubble? He leaves no dirty bathtub ring, which means I'm not going to wash out that tub. When you get your ass whipped in a bathtub, you know you have a colored mother. It hurts so bad when you're wet. It just does. It just hurts. You can't go anywhere. You're like a mouse climbing up the side and going back down, climbing up and going back down. And I'll tell you how I ended up in that position. I was talking junk to my mother. She had a friend, not her friend. Her name was Eva Streets. She's dead, and I could talk about her, so she can't sue me. And she had this gorgeous hair, and her daughter was older than me, and she went to St. Teresa's, and I was really proud of her. Her daughter used to teach me to be proud about being black. Even though we're in an all-white school, you have to push being black, being proud, because they made me do a book report when Martin Luther King got shot. I didn't shoot him. So I have extra homework. I have a dance class. I have a recital to worry about. I've got a show. All right? And I got to do all this now? And she was like, you should be proud because you're black and you're doing something for Dr. King. So I love this daughter who's named after her mother. The mother was a bitch. I'm in Grandway. This is how old I am at a store called Grandway. And we run into my mother's friend. Come on in. I'll share the story, Jazz. We're talking about my mother. Oh, Lord have mercy. She's going to come get me. But my mother's friend walks over and says, oh, how is she doing in school? Now, I get in trouble a lot in school, but dumb stuff. And, you know, my mother says, well, she's still an A student, but what about her little problem? So I had a problem laughing, okay? And once I said to the nun, she was squeezing a pimple in her face, and I raised my hand, sister, and she says, what is it, Sunda? And I said, why don't you give your face something to smile about with Stridex? So it was a commercial called Stridex, and it was a song. And it would go, give your face something to smile about with Stridex. And it was, who was singing it? Barry Manilow. True story. Wow. He's singing that. So I tell the nun that. She hits me with the pointers, and it cracks over my head. So this is where I am, okay? Getting in trouble. It's in my head, and I run to my mother's friend, who says now, well, it's good to see you're not in trouble. And I go, and Mommy, they got roach spray. So the woman says, roach spray? Do you have roaches, Sandra? My mother goes, no. I go, yes, we do. My mother says, no, we don't. I said, yes, we do. And we caught 13 mice last night because I took them off the mousetrap. So my mother comes over to me. Now, this is during the time that I'm obsessed with Bruce Lee. You guys don't know about this, but I had nunchucks. I had lost my mind. I had my eyes looking like Bruce Lee. I was like, woo! Anybody say something to me? Woo! Woo! I was ready for him. Hoya! Hee-ha! Each need some cheese. Go rookie. I was ready. My mother went up to me and said, hee-ha! She looked at me and said, wait till I get your ass home, and never moved her mouth. That's the scary part about black women. They're like ventriloquists. When I get your ass home, I'm going to tear it up. So now we on our way home. I got her laughing. Her teeth slip. I'm laughing. She laughing. I'm like, ignore your teeth. They'll go away. She said, yeah. We got home. She said, got to take off your clothes. I said, for what? She said, I'm getting ready to beat your ass. And that's where Mr. Bubble comes in. So I was in trouble. I took a bath with Mr. Bubble. Yeah, she beat my ass in the tub. And the neighbors had to come in. That's terrible when the neighbors come in. And she's like a lasso. She would use electric cords like this. Then one day, this is so crazy. When she would get mad, she would drink, and she would get mad. And back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. So she would take scissors and just cut my wires. I'll tell you what goddamn thing is just chucking my... And she cut the wires. Just cut the wires. I'm on the phone one night, and she says, that's enough. And she gets the friggin' Singer sewing machine scissors. But when she cuts the wire this time, smoke goes... Poof, and smoke comes out. And I've never seen this in my life. I was so upset because she cut my princess phone off. And she goes to bed, and later on that night, the fucking phone rings. How's that happening? I answer the phone. It's Patty Gomez, my friend, and I'm talking to her. And I said, I don't know, my mother cut the wire. And when I look, it's my mother's retractable vacuum cleaner cord she cut. So she cut it, and the other thing goes whoosh, back into the vacuum cleaner, and I don't tell her for days because I got my princess phone. She's like, if you're good, I'll get your phone back, and I'll get the wires put. People think we're crazy. And when she drinks, she calls everybody a bald-headed black bastard, right? So if you're white with a head of hair, she doesn't care. You bald-headed black bastard, she said to this redhead man from the phone company who came to take the phones out. That was the other thing. Come and get these goddamn phones out. Then we got to go get the phones again. That's why I hate alcohol. I'm sorry. It's just one of these things. You don't know what you're coming home to. You know, it's like, it's Girl Scout Day, Mom. Mom. Tell you one goddamn thing is straight, you little half-white monkey. It's like, oh, Mom, I love you too. That's what she called you, little half-white monkey. But that's okay, as long as it wasn't my aunt saying, put on some shoes, you're like white trash. They were so afraid I was going to be white trash. Look at me. How could I be white trash? The other side of me is European. That's white trash. We have a very nice room here, and I would like to welcome you, Jasmine. It's your first time here. Thank you for being here. And I know we spoke on the phone, and wonderful things happen here. So what we do here is we have podcasting. If you had to do a scene study with someone, you're able to do that here. You can rent the studio out, and you can do basically anything you want to do. The only thing stopping you when you think about it is yourself. Whether it's like you're not telling somebody what to do or how to do it, or you don't like confrontation, all that shit's on you. And that stops you from getting ahead. I have a case in point. There's a gentleman that comes here often. He has a room somewhere else. He chases people out of the friggin' room. Come to my show. You got to come to my show. I'm going to get you on. So what happens is they have a bad experience. They don't want to come back, but they know he's here, so now they're not coming back here. That's like somebody said, I didn't like the acting class, so I can't come back. I said, what does Aaron have to do with you? What does he have to do with you? He's got an acting class. He knows how to do his acting. And when I work with him, he gets mad at me. I was in my moment, Sunda. I just said to him once, it was great. His work was unbelievable. I said, that was great. And I hung up that phone, and he turned into a maniac. He grew hair on me, like a chia pet. All of a sudden, I saw hair coming out of his head. Aaron said, why would you take me out of my moment? I didn't know. Here's how all of my auditions come out. You ready? I'm in the back, and you hear, all right, action. Mark, don't say it. We're not on TV. You don't say action. You just do a little nod. You do something. I'm a lawyer. I am not. There he goes again. The agent told me, obviously, the casting director said, you don't need a job. Because your husband says he's a lawyer in every clip.
Oh, my God. I love it.
And you know I'm telling the truth. I can't do anything with him. Can't bring around no black people. He thinks he's black.
Oh, my God.
Because it's by osmosis or something.
My God.
Because he'll be talking to my aunts. He's like, which one you think is going to be pregnant first? I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't be talking about our relatives like that. And I know which one's going to be pregnant first. Come on in. Look how he smiles. Hey! Oh, apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Everybody was looking at her in UCLA radio show. Radio show. We want more of your radio show. Oh, my God, we just love you. You see that? You have to sign in. You know that because I'm not going to remember anything, Lily. I remembered. So I go out with a guy. He can't walk. He had polio. You know when people say there's no more polio? Like, don't get the shots. There's polio. If you were in Cuba at a certain time, there's polio. And this guy is really hot, but he's got polio. He's got, you know, I said to my mother, if you don't let me out with him, he's going to think it's because he's crippled. I used the C word so I could go out with him. He walks in the house, and my mother says, you're right. And I'm saying to him, did she just say... She says to him, hi, my name is Sandra. I never said he was deaf. And then my brother starts laughing when he was running across the street and says, why are you running like that? Because he would go, but he could stalk me, I'll tell you that much. He could stalk me. He was in them bushes going out with somebody stalking you. Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's been a really good run here. And we're still running. For some reason, we're still running. We're rocking. We're rolling. I gave my little spiel. When the light comes on, you have 2 minutes to wrap up. And I'm so glad you're here tonight, Hunter White. Hunter White. Is that crazy? Hunter White's not. Oh, my God. I'm looking at you saying Hunter White. Why? Because he was sitting there before, and I can't see because I have hair product in my sunglasses. I mean, my eyeglasses, which black people always have. We're always like this. And I'm going to say this. You guys got to get ready for the Montreal Comedy Festival. If you're thinking about submitting yourselves, it's time to do it. It's in July. It's called Jeux pour rire, if you speak French, and I don't. Comment dit-on? Jeux pour rire? Like that. Yeah, Jeux pour rire. And you got to think about it because you have to think about what you're doing for your set. You have to think about it because when you go on stage and you're going to be in front of all these people to audition, it's not just for the festival. It's for the casting directors in that audience. It's for the producers in that audience. You need to be on your game. And don't try that, well, I'm from Jersey, I got to say fuck or else I'm not funny. I don't know what to tell you because they still can't use that on television. And there's still television, believe it or not. There's still television. But you couldn't tell. What happened to my Democratic Party? What happened to them? All of a sudden, they're not there. It's like every word is F. Every word. My girlfriend won't watch television, but she sends me TikTok videos of Westwood, and it's not happening. There's 40,000 National Guards in Westwood, she tells me. I said, oh, shit. I live in Westwood. I said, oh, my God. I didn't know. I looked at this picture. I said, oh, my God. This is up the street from me. That's not going on. It's AI. It looks so real. Because I was like, thank God, because I need the cops. I had two burglaries. Can you help me with these cases? I cannot. When I first had to call the cops to my house in L.A., it looked like a casting call. One was Irish, one was Japanese and Irish. Both were from Brooklyn and hot. I move in my building, and this creepy guy tries to kiss my daughter in the mouth. And he says, I like the blue eyes. And I was like, you stay right there. Because I like your eyes, too, on a fork. So I go to talk to the people in the office about this horrendous thing that's happened. They said, we're going to bring it up at the board meeting. I catch the guy in the mail room looking at Victoria's Secret magazines like this. You ain't doing plie and releve. This is not a dance class. You better get out of that Victoria's Secret bag. That's right. So he admitted to the cops that he was doing that. So the cop says to me, you tell your husband you're not paranoid. You're profiling. I was like, yeah, I'm profiling. He says, I have to speak to your daughter. I'm sorry, but this is just, we have to speak to her about this. So he says, without your input, no problem. Aviva, I called. Here she comes, half naked. All right, ass is out, Tinkerbell, boobs are out. She's got to be 5. Hi, Mom, full makeup. He says, you got to lock her up. He says, you got to get a shotgun. What are you going to do? I didn't know what to do. I was like, put on some clothes. She was like, you put on some clothes. I was like, they're hot. Japanese and Irish? Ooh, nice. Corned beef hash and sushi. That's pretty gross. If you go to school, white people, that's why I hate when people break wind. And the word is fart. I know that. Black people still can't say it. It's the we just can't say it. Because you say, fucking hit. You can't say fart. Fart's a bad word. So Mark says that it helps people. Niggas can't whisper. They Jewish too. Look at this. You would think, Anthony, we can hear you. Yes. Can you hear him or am I crazy? Hey, brother man, you got to come in or go in the car. Hey, give him a round of applause. Where is he? All right, give him a round of applause. There he is tonight. Yes. Shake that ass like a blade of grass. Yeah. Why is tonight different than any other night? I know. Manishta. I don't even know it. I can't remember my prayers. I just know Manishta Noit because, Brooklyn says things different than the regular people. What I'd like to do is to start off this class with the director of the Film Actor Shop, and his name is Aaron McIntyre. He's got a lot to tell you, and you might learn something if you come to his class on Tuesdays at 7. All right, let's bring him to the stage. Aaron McIntyre.
Oh, boy. Who is... Okay. All right, okay.
Okay, Mom. Okay, Mommy. I won't do any of those. I'm scared. This is really scary.
Hi, Aaron McIntyre. Thank you. I want to thank everyone who came out to the show last night. It was really fabulous. It was a good show. It was very fun. I got to play Hogwarts principal type deal. Yeah, a lot of fun. Anybody watch the Super Bowl this last weekend? Anybody? Yeah. So so the Seagulls won, right? Fuck the Seagulls. Fuck the Seagulls. That's what I call them, the Seagulls. I didn't watch it because I'm not a big football fan. I'm not a big American sport fan. I don't like the baseball very much. I don't like it keeps stopping and starting. Same thing with football. Don't like it. Not a lot of fun. So I've been watching the Winter Olympics, and I found out that my taste in sports is pretty racist. I don't know. It's just I like soccer. I like hockey. Those are very white sports, pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of, soccer's a big worldwide sport, but I've been watching a lot of figure skating. I like the figure skating, So, I'm also very gay-ish. Which, as I was growing up, I got that a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why they think I'm so gay, because I'm not. It's pretty amazing how white that sport, the winter sports are, though. And you could kind of understand it because it's cold. It's really cold up there, and I don't feel like I'm racist in other ways because I've had some of my favorite clothing and textiles are made by people of color. So I did make. Oh man, where did that go? I swear to God, it's like my brain is like the Pony Express. It's like there's just thoughts going like this. How many of you come up with an idea? By the time I reach for the phone to pick it up to write it down, I cannot remember what the fuck I just had. I can't even remember where it came from. Like, what was I thinking about that made me think of that idea? It's just not there. That's what it was. Not only the textiles and the clothing, but also, I think it's great that we're in this country where, we've got a pastiche. I like a pastiche. I like being able to walk into a grocery store and not understand the person who's selling me my tomatoes. I like it, I like trying to figure it out. You were talking about the guy with the thing, because I don't want to say that word. And your mother, but that's the same thing with people with who speak a foreign language. It's like people think that if you yell at them, they're going to understand you. I want the tomatoes. Where are the tomatoes? Tomato. Maybe they'll figure it out. But I've had sushi made by a Mexican guy, and it was good. I've had a Japanese guy make me a burrito, and he couldn't even say burrito, which it's just the way it is. I'm bald. Don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, I do shave it. It saves me a lot of money. I don't have to go. I actually, when I did have hair, I would go in and I would say, it's kind of getting a little weird up here. Do you think I should just shave it? And of course, the hairdresser would go, oh, no, we make it look good, because she didn't want to lose a customer, But yeah, I finally shaved it. I had a really unfortunate balding pattern, It's like most people, it's just bald up here, and it looks kind of normal. But I had patches. It looked like I just got out of chemo. And I had one big chunk, one big place right up here that grew really, and so I just grew it really long, and I pushed it back to cover up the bald spot, which worked for a while. But every time the wind would kick up, it'd be like, I'd have this one of those inflatable men outside of a tire store, waving at people as I went down the street. But yeah, and I don't know what it is with the guys with the top knots. You know, the guys with the top knots, it's kind of like, look at this, I could grow hair up here, and then I'll shave it off where you can grow it. Ha ha ha, fuck you. That's what I say. I don't understand some of the things that people say, you know, especially like when you're going shopping, you know, and people will say, you know, hi, feel free to look around. It's like, well, yeah, I don't need your permission. You know, this is a store. As long as I don't take a crap in the aisle or, you know, scream at your customers, which actually I have found that it works really well when somebody comes up and says, hi, can I help you? And I just go, nobody can help me! And then I run out. And then when I come back, nobody asks me that question again for some reason. I don't get it, you know. But there's a few phrases. Okay, now I may offend some people. Whatnot is the number of times I hear, and then I went here and whatnot. It's like, and whatnot, not what? What is that? What is that? I don't get it. And anyways, it's anyway. It's not anyways. There are not any ways you can do things. There's only one way. Anyway, okay? It just drives me nuts. But lots of little sayings that I think need to be rewritten, like absence. You've heard this. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Have you heard this? Yeah? I think it should be absence makes the heart grow fluid. Because, you know, when you're away from somebody, it doesn't make me fonder. It makes me kind of like, ooh, looking around. Which by the way, there was another way that I was gonna absence make. Yeah, are we getting fatter and uglier? We are getting fatter and uglier as a people. I believe, you know, because I remember when I was a teenager, which I have to tell you, I was born in the mid-1900s, okay? But I remember as a teenager, man, I'd be driving down the street and it'd just be like, oh, my God, there's so many attractive people everywhere. And now it's like I'm hunting, and it's like there's nobody. Everybody's in really bad shape now. I think that we need to have, you know, maybe Trump ought to put together another one of those exercise programs, you know, like opening trash cans, or I don't know what he would do. He would do something. But I think I'm coming to the end of my time here. So this has been a pleasure and a privilege. It's been lovely. I do have classes here Tuesday night, 7 p.m. You just show up the first time. We'll let you get away with one for free. And then after that, you got to start paying. So that's all for me. Let's bring up Sunda Krenquist. What do you say? Oh, and you get a really nice T-shirt, too.
What's the matter with Bruno? He's all right. All right, I don't know why I brought Bruno up. I don't know. He's not here. That's what he used to sing as a child. He said, I hate my name. It's a dog's name. And his name is Bruno Gomez, no middle name. Just Bruno Gomez. And his sister was Patty Gomez. And Mark thought it was a cartoon character I was talking about. He goes, Patty Gomez is like she's going to be a cartoon. Well, I'll tell you what's not a cartoon. When you get the yin and yang, you come out with the one and only Shemaya Bang. Let's do this.
Woo! Yes! Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And thank you. Give it up for yourselves. And Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. In a few hours, I'm going to be celebrating Shabbos. You know what Shabbos is? It's when the sun goes down and the Jewish people, we observe a very magical day. It's a day of rest. The day we put our phones away. Obviously, I'm a bad Jew because I don't put my phone away. But you know, there's no such thing as a bad Jew. There's no bad anybody, especially as Jewish people. We can't do no wrong. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shumaya Bang Weinstein, no relation to Harvey Weinstein. That's right. They think all Weinstein, Goldstein, we're all the same, but it's not. It's like people say, oh, all blacks and Jews look the same. No, baby, we do not look the same. That's right. Recently, like, speaking of looking the same, the other night we had date night. You missed it. You missed date night. Yes, it's kind of romantic. I was kind of doing a pre-Valentine's Day thing, trying to bring spice back into my marriage. So, yes, keep it sexy. That's right. Even Jewish women, we get down. If you don't know, why the Jewish men are bald? They have high testosterone level. You need to get you a Jewish man, girl. Yes. They won't marry you unless you convert, but that's okay. Back to the romantic date. So, we go on a romantic date, and me, like she said, Sundra just said, Jewish men, they don't know how to talk romantic. So, you're going to be like, damn, baby, I really want to kiss you on your neck while they're watching you. I got to be like, babe, I want to kiss you. He's like, what? What? That shit ain't romantic. It's hard. Marriage is hard, y'all. Marriage is hard. Y'all all talking about, I'm single, I can't find a Valentine. Y'all lucky. Better go get you a purple toy. I don't know what they call it now. Rosie or something? I don't know. I haven't needed one. I'm actually allergic to plastic. I don't know if that's kosher. But it never touched pepperoni, so I guess it's kosher. Yes. So let me tell you, do you know that on this romantic date, when I go out with the whole bunch of people, whole entourage of us, because I don't get to hang out with my friends. I don't get to hang out. So I'm like, hey, bring your new boyfriend, bring your side bitch, whatever you want to bring, just come through. I won't tell Raquel, just bring, the goyim with you. Goyim means a non-Jewish person. Yeah, we have words. In Bengali, too. I'm from Bangladesh, so we got words for everybody. We got secret languages. It's terrible. I guess that's like the N-word. We have languages. We have secret languages. So anyways, so on this romantic date, my friends are like, talking amongst themselves. And I'm like, so, what is your secret to staying young? Like one of the guys, he was like, looks like your friend right there. Like, how old is she? 23 years old? And it was like, the thing he told me was not kosher, because he said that, I said, what are you doing? Like, are you putting that good stuff on your face? Like, what is it? Are you doing mikvah? Like, what? I need to know the secret. Like, what should I do? He's like, I'm eating non-kosher women. I was like, that's sacrilegious. So, Rav Berg, he said, it's not what goes in your mouth. It's what comes out of your mouth, baby. So it's just not a soggy samosa or a potato knish. A lot of other stuff that needs to be kosher. Yes, that's right. So, So I got a bunch of Jewish jokes that I put together. So you're probably wondering, how is a woman like me become Jewish? Especially with the name like Shumaya. That's like Arabic, but I'm from Bangladesh. So how does a Bangladeshi woman become Jewish? And I'm actually the first Jewish American comedian ever. That's right. History, baby. National Geography is coming. Y'all better look it up. Seriously, I swear to God. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm serious. I am. Like, Mossad is going to be out here with Hamas looking for me. Soon. These seats are gonna be packed. I'm not gonna be able to like make room for none of y'all. Yes, baby. Look at me. Did you know that Bin Laden had Britney Spears' picture? So I'm gonna be right there like, hey, I can be like, habibi, habibi. And then I'll be like, Allahu Akbar, Shabbat Shalom. Allahu Akbar. I'll be up in there acting a fool, boy. I can't wait. I'm gonna be in Israel. I'm gonna be in Saudi Arabia. I'm just gonna be taking over, and I'm so excited. Because you know what? It's a great time for comedy right now. It really is. And you're probably wondering how I became a comedian. And it was a really tough time in my life that actually I had to quantum leap into this position. I call it a position because I am filling a role that has to be filled. And it's about stopping this anti-Semitism in the world, because through love and laughter, we can accomplish everything, and through beauty, right? Hey, that's right. That's right. Love conquers all. So back to my jokes. So recently, one Shabbat, after Shabbat, it's called after, so I was telling you about Shabbat. So through the day, I go to services. I actually go to Torah reading every Saturday. I love it. It's like a spiritual awakening. They read from this old book, then they give a lecture about how we should be, what we should focus on. And it's nothing about like God, and you hardly hear about Moses. We don't gotta bow down like the Christians, like, yes, Jesus. We don't got to do any of that. We actually don't bow down to anyone, which I love. And as a Muslim, I'd have to be like this, like this, like this. And then I'll be like, Allahu Akbar. I don't bow down to anyone, and I'm definitely not bowing down to no man. Thank you so much. So I chose to come be a comedian because I wasn't going to let no man put me out on that street or a landlord. Because I went from Slumdog Millionaire to Slumdog Landlord overnight. And that was on Hanukkah, baby. On Hanukkah, certified male. Didn't like Elvis Presley send to the Rotunda? Send to the sender, bitch. Send to the sender. Send back that heebie-jeebie, landlord. Yeah, my grandmother was a voodoo queen, that Muslim lady. Yes. So I was once Muslim, and I'll get into that in a few seconds. So, yeah, my landlord made me have the best material for my comedy, which is dark humor about being homeless. So you would think I'm out here auditioning for these big roles with those snow bunnies. I'm going to be auditioning for like A-roll movie stars. Instead, I'm out here auditioning for Survivor. Los Angeles, off of Wilshire Boulevard. And I might be sleeping at La Cienega Park, bitch. Unless my mayor comes and saves me, and she's a beautiful Iranian Jewish woman. Amen. That's right. I live in the slums of Beverly Hills, and shit ain't easy out there. It's expensive. You know that? Do you rent? You own? But I was like, you own? Damn. Who's your daddy? I'm thinking about being a Mormon, having 2, 3 husbands. I might switch up my religion. No, really. Renting is tough. So anyway, so that's how the whole journey happened. Because my landlord gave me this notice on the first day of Hanukkah, I realized how much Semitism exists. And only way I can win over people is through comedy. And I have a joke for you guys. Here goes. Le kadodi, le kakala, bene shabane kabela. Come on. Le kadodi, le kakala, bene shabane kabela. Lie, 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 la, 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 lie, lie. That's right. We taking it to the synagogue. Most of the time, I'm taking it to church. But tonight, baby, we took it to the Chabad. Shabbat shalom, and have a good night. Thank you so much. My name is Shumaya Bang Weinstein, and you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at SHUMAYABANG. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, I have been selected to perform at the Ha Ha Comedy. Yes, and it's my show. I'm in the show. My picture's gonna be in the show. I'm selling tickets. I am so excited. Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I will let you know next month. No, next month, March 9th at 7. So it's coming up. And
He's going to be on a show with, what's his name? His name is Harrison Miles.
Thank you. I love you.
Yes. How do I know? I don't know. I got so mad. Somebody said to me, they said, support me and come out to see a show. I wish I had time, you know? And then he says, well, I know you're taking care of your family's eyeballs and teeth. I wrote him back. I hope this was a joke. My daughter had 4 teeth pulled. And she needs her retina done. Like, I don't need people saying that. I was a little tight. And what did he say? He goes, you have to understand, I'm focused on my movie. I said, good. I'm focused on my life. You know what I mean? Everybody's focused on something else. I'm focused on being with Anthony sometimes. I have to tell you something. When we go out, he doesn't want to be out with me. He just doesn't. We're out once, and my daughter opened the window, and his hat flew out off his head. And he was not happy. And then we got pulled over by the cops. And I got out to talk to the cops, and Anthony goes, get back in the car, they're killing niggas. And I was like, oh my God! Oh my God! I thought they were doing it right then. I said, oh my God! I was so petrified. I'm on a speakerphone. The phone rings. It's Aviva. I said, it's okay, baby. I'm here with the police officer. Everything's okay. She goes, are they going to put you in jail? I said, Viva, they're police officers. They're nice people. No, I'm not going to jail. She goes, well, this will be a first. Never get arrested in front of your kids. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. You know, they're kicking me, you dirty spick, knocking me down. Yeah. Oh, I'm always a dirty spick. Always a dirty spick. Isn't that crazy? And it was two big black cops, and one was pigeon-toed like this. He was standing like this, and I hated it. He was like, it was horrible. Oh my God! I was coming from a play in New Jersey. I was coming from a diner. They said I was drinking. I had a milkshake, and I hadn't had a milkshake in years. And I'm thinking I'm going to go to the bathroom. Let me tell you, when you're in jail, you will not have to go to the bathroom. You will hold it. Because I went to use the bathroom and I realized everybody's looking at me. And this woman said, ain't nobody looking at you. You're looking at me. You just said nobody's looking at you. I got pee shy. So you close the door and your entire head is showing. I couldn't pee. I peed on myself on the way out, I can tell you that much. I was running out of that jail. They put me in the Tombs. Do you know what the Tombs are? Think about what it sounds like. It's the original first jail built in New York. And the only thing they did was get a door for that bathroom. I go like this. Grand Plie, and come up. And this black lady was there, and she was there, and she said to me, here, I got something for you, right? And she puts a bracelet on me. She goes, when they arrested me, they didn't even find this. Now, I have stolen material on me. I don't know how this happened. And she said, I have to explain it to you, because after I got off coke, she goes, that's when I started lifting. I said, lifting what? She said, boosting. Insure boost? I'm old. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Then this Indian lady's there, and oh, you'll love this.
I don't know her.
She didn't know us. She don't know us. She was grand, honey. She was grand. You know when they get grand? And she said, I don't even know why they stopped me like this. I was in Tiffany, and it was a mistake. And then I was like, bitch, you was stealing. You got busted. So everybody was in for something else. And then they put me in jail. They put me in a room cell with these two women. One was a selective mute. She chose not to speak. The other one was in no, she had murdered somebody. She should stay mute. Right, exactly. And I should stay mute. But there was but I'm in a jail and I shouldn't belong in. And I hear this little girl's voice in the background. They're all a bunch of assholes here. I'm going to call my Uncle James Straub in New Jersey. I was like, Aviva, they're going to beat me. I hear my daughter in the police station. I hear her, and some guy is talking all this noise. I said, can you be quiet? And the other guy says, don't trust her. She's a cop. If I was a cop, why would I be behind the bars? Why would I be behind the bars with the pigeon-toed man kicking me like this? Just kicking the shit out of me, man. And then this girl came up to me. Oh, wait, let me tell you about the other girl. She had on a bathing suit top, jeans, and one green contact lens. She walked up to me. She said, you half white? Everybody else thinks I'm Spanish. She calls it. So when somebody calls it, they know, and you're going to get your ass whipped. Okay, that's what it means where I'm from. You know, you'll be like, no, I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican. She said, I'm going to tell you something. Don't tell nobody. She said, I'm one of the Jacksons. She said, because I'm between Rebe and them. I was like, oh, okay. And you have to understand they're there for, you know, I did ask to be put in general population after that. I got so scared with these two women. I was just petrified. They gave me a banana. That one was, I said, you should have my banana. You need the potassium. Why not? You know what I mean? You have one green contact lens. What am I going to do? These are my eyes. So I'm trying to, like, wink my eyes so she don't think, you know, I want to be with her. Then this other woman looks familiar in the jail. I'm like, I know her from somewhere. You know when you know somebody? And she said, so everybody told me this story. Her story was she went to the pharmacy for her sister-in-law and she got arrested. I said, fucked up. She said, I know. And I told them, keep the pills. You know, I don't need them whenever I said the pills. She said, yeah, she had me pick up her prescription. And then I got arrested. That didn't make any sense. But I know her from somewhere. She's screaming and crying and crying. She is working for the head of OBGYN at Columbia Presbyterian where I had my daughter. That's why I know her. She's stealing the pills. Come on in. Who's there? That's what you think, but you'll see the skin we're in when you see your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. Love the skin you're in.
I love the skin you're in. That's crazy. That could be so dirty. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, happy Valentine's Day! V-Day! I kept saying happy V-Day because I was getting like annoyed saying the same thing at work, and I was like, it's kind of happy V-Day sounds like weird. I don't know, like today's V-Day. And then D-Day means it's destroy. V-Day, you're thinking Vaheen. D-Day, you're like, I'm dead. Doomsday. You're not thinking D-Day, like, oh, I'm gonna get some D. Like, no, I'm like, we're getting D'd today. I was just thinking about that, like the associations we have with words. I'd rather be a bitch than a dick. I won! Because she's classy. Like, damn, that was bitchy. But you can't be like, that was Dicky. Lil Dicky. Hey, where's he at? Jewish. When you start praying, oh my God. It's like, I like my heart starts racing. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, am I going to have to come in? Are they going to make me harmonize? Are we going to have to hold hands? Because there's so many different kinds of Jewish. Oh my God, I caught my boss talking about Jewish people again. And I'm very chill. I'm the biggest anti-Semite I know. I need to say that right now. So it's very rare. Am I like having a stroke? Okay. It's very rare that I'm like really like triggered. Like, you know, where it's like, oh, I feel like I'm in ancient Egypt. Like I'm really like tuning in with my ancestors. I was like, what'd you say? And I said that to her. I started something didn't seem Jewish. I don't know. Something crazy again, my boss. And I just said, no, I don't know. Because I said, what did you say? And she wouldn't tell me. No. I know. I know. Everyone's freaking out more than me. I'm like, wait, what? Is it D-Day? I'm kidding. No, it felt like that. And it's like, it was crazy. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm twice this woman's size. That's what I think is so, lately I've been noticing I'm a tall girl. When the movie Tall Girl came out, I was like, they got this 6'4" gorgeous girl to be like, tall girl. When, like, scoliosis sister. Like, if that's the worst thing, I'm sorry. I was like, she's a babe, you know? And it's like, why did they not talk about how models are tall in that movie? I don't know. So I was like, damn, I'm not really that tall. I go to college. I mean, it's COVID. So it's like nobody, like 6 feet away, anybody could be your tall king. You know what I'm saying? Like from 6 feet, like, I don't know, maybe with the mask off, he has a beard. Like, I don't know, maybe, or he doesn't have a beard and that means puberty's still gonna hit. I don't know. When you're looking for a tall guy, you'll make an excuse real quick. You'll make an excuse really quick. You'll pretend not to see a fedora, you know? Where it's like, here's so-and-so. And it's like, he has hair. Like, there's no reason to be, it's like self-harm. Like, I don't know why. It's like, why are you doing this to yourself? Now it's affecting me. I don't know why. I don't know. He's like 18 years old. Like, take the fedora off. Get a diagnosis if you need to. Get a diagnosis if you need to. If you're socially something, like, it's okay. ADHD, like, it's okay. My God, it's so bad sometimes when I talk to my therapist and I'm past the point of wanting my therapist to laugh. I really am. Because I'm like, people are complaining about a $10 open mic. I should not be paying this woman to make her laugh. I'm like, I'm like, let's stop right here. If you think this is what this is for me, it's not. You know, I'm not getting any footage. She won't let me live stream. It's crazy. For all the money I'm paying you, I can't get this footage. I can't get my footage. Whoa. Imagine like it's in my pocket and I'm like, how am I today? Well, that's a great question, chat. And she's like, what'd you call me? I said chat. Oh my God. Every time I say chat, some of the things I'm talking about, Chad. Yeah, we can't even get into that. When you tell somebody, okay, I'll do it quick. When you tell somebody you have an ex named Chad, they're like, oh my God, like you fell for like a Chad. Like this was not a, like, well, he was like a Nathaniel, you know, that's not Nate, you know, like Nathaniel. Like we are going to Dungeons and Dragons and that's okay. But that's my love. You know, my love is not for the fucking, you know, Apple Watch, dick swinging shorts, you know, walking all the time, running to the same fucking cross sign as me or whatever. I don't drive, whatever. You know it's bad when you have pedestrian rage. Where I'm like, why are you speeding right now? Why are you speeding when I'm 5'14" and I'm walking the same? I'm walking fast, and you have to walk faster to be at the same. Wow. And then I'm looking at him like, are you gonna jaywalk? Are you gonna jaywalk across Santa Monica? Do it. Do it. You're so tall. You're so tall. They'll have to see you. They'll have to see you, right? Whenever my dad sees an Orthodox Jew jaywalking, he's like, what? Because God's going to save you? God's going to save you? I was with Jen. We were driving. There's two people in the street. I saw their skirt and I saw their hair. And I was like, this is why people hate Jews. And Jen's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? I knew. Get out of the street if you're doing a Jewish goodbye. A Jewish goodbye is when you've said goodbye 4 times. And it's like, by the way, you know, did I leave your daughter, your husband, my husband. Like, it's done. You have to leave. The egg salad's stinking up your car. Your kid's crying. So they're doing a Jewish goodbye on the sidewalk because they're trying to go to one's trying to go to the car and the other one's going, so it's really bad. It stops traffic on Pico and Robertson. I grew up in the most Jewish part of Los Angeles. Oh my God, I wanted to talk about Jewish sleepaway camp because this is something people can relate to growing up. I mean, I feel like everyone's been on like a school trip. Like it's an LA thing to go to like Washington, D.C. They wasted that chance to really indoctrinate. They didn't do shit to indoctrinate. They didn't even try to get us to like care. You know, you think they'd be like, you are the future and you are gonna change the world. And they didn't want any of us to be politicians. They're like, let's just go to a restaurant. Let's go to a restaurant and like some people go hook up and I'm like playing truth or dare and I'm like, nobody's gonna dare me. I would make dares. I'd be like, imagine somebody dared me to do this. That's weird. Like you're just sitting down and I'd be like, imagine if like somebody jumped in the pool with all their clothes on. And I would do it a minute later. I would do it a minute later. And some people would say like, that's attention seeking. I don't know why people would say that. I don't know what would make somebody say that. I like to say I have 2 attention deficits where I can't get enough and then I can't give enough either. Where it's like, I'm not, and then, or sometimes it's too much. So I'm like, it's too much. I work with kids. You don't have to clap. But it was so cute how kids see Valentine's Day. Because I forget, it's like same level as Halloween for candy. Big bags of candy. Big bags of candy. And I'm like, these teachers know what they're doing. It's mean. It's mean to the parents. It's mean to the after school. You should give it straight to the parent. You should give it to the adults. We should have that candy and be like, are you going to keep acting up? Are you going to keep acting up, Nathaniel? There's 5 Reese's in here, and I don't know if you have an allergy, so I should eat these right now. 10 pieces of chocolate. I wish. No, I'm not really like that. I'm like a good mix of everything. I'm more so yelling at one coworker. And it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad because she's the size of the kids too. She's the size of the kids, and I want to make fun of, and I just can't. And I have to step out of the room, or they're talking about her on the walkie-talkie. I roll my eyes, and the kids go, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." But I'm like, right? Like she's a bitch, right? She's my bitch. Yo, you miss her? Oh, me too. I love her. I just can't handle it. Because I'm not an organized person. I don't have my shit together. So it's like, put the hot glue gun away and lock in. I don't touch hot glue or glitter at work. Because I know myself. I am not the kind of person who can do that with children. Let alone with children. 4 years old. Glitter. One of them was putting an ice pack in their mouth. And I was like, hospital. You're going to go to the hospital if you continue to do that behavior. And they're like, is that like poison? And I was like, poison? Poison? And I was like, that is poison. I was like, that's Venom. Have you heard of Venom? The supervillain? That's Venom. And they're like, read it. And I'm reading the back, and I'm like, if this gets in your eyes. And I was like changing it because it was like too crazy. Oh my God. The kids are on Roblox, and the kids are like really like seeing the news and over information, whatever. And then they're watching Home Alone, and they're too scared to watch Home Alone. They're too scared to watch the movie Up. And they've seen it before. They're like, this is the scene. And I'm like, wait, you've seen this? And you're screaming and crying at the cartoon? You are 5. These guys are 4. They're 4. And you're crying? You already seen the movie? It's a cartoon. It's an old man. The movie Up. They couldn't watch the scene where he hit the guy with his cane in the head. And there was a little bit of blood. And I'm like, so then don't hit each other and start bleeding, whatever. It's so crazy. I'm like, now you guys are anti-violence. Now you're anti-weapon. Now you're anti-gun. We're like, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, dude, you better kill that homework. You better learn those letters. And there's no better place to learn comedy than right here. Truly, it's true. And I'm just so excited. We're doing so many things, so many podcasts coming out, old stuff, new stuff. So exciting. In our classes, like we do have a photography class. You know what I mean? Like we can do anything in this space. I want to shout out Lily and her show, Laugh About It. DJ Lazu Lily, find it on Instagram. She's gonna come up soon. But so much happens at LA School of Comedy. I've been Sam Linderman, and you can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH. This is the dress I'm wearing as a shirt because it wasn't made for a tall girl. Goodbye.
Hey! All right. I lost the list.
Oh, I think I lost it. How did it get over there?
How?
No.
Here. Oh, okay, this is easier. There you go. Poor Jonah Rogers isn't even here. Poor Joan is not even here. Isn't that great? Did I tell you my husband went to the dental hygienist and said, you don't have that baby yet? And she's not pregnant? And then I said, Mark, it's the other office. He goes, no, it's not. It's this office. That's what I want to say. I want to say that I'm going to bring up this woman who's making her debut here, and I'm really glad I have her here. And she's going to be a funny lady. Why do I know that? Because her name is Jasmine Clarity. Let's do this. Clarity, yes. Yasmin. That's the light over there.
Yikes. Oh, yeah, you were definitely tall. Let me tell you, it's hard to be shorter than me because I'm 5'3", and people tell me that's not like short, but like everybody's taller than me. So, hi everybody. This is nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh. I wrote some stuff down. I don't know if I'm gonna use any of it because everything everybody said was like, oh, I remember working in preschool. And I think I was a fun preschool teacher, but I don't think I taught anything. Every day after circle time, I just have them sit down and like, what happened at home? Oh my God, your mom did what? And then I turn on Baby Shark and start twerking. And that was my thing. So, you know, I decided I needed to go to college because you can't go, Baby Shark, you can't do that, you know? And then, you know, preschool kids pick up everything. So they go home and they're like, Mommy, Baby Shark, and you're like, no, please don't. So I miss those days. So I taught in college. College students, they really make you realize that if you didn't go to preschool, you don't know how to stand in the line properly. You don't know your manners. So that was like the funnest part is like, oh, you didn't go to preschool. I get it. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so weird up here. So, let's actually talk about some of the stuff I thought I was going to talk about. So, I'm a Cali native, born and raised here. But I started my comedy journey in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, it was fun times. One of my friends signed me up for an improv class and was like, you be here today. And I was like, okay. And then everybody in my class was like leaving the Mormon church and did shrooms and decided to be a comedian. And I was like, that is crazy. Shrooms make you want to be funny? I've never done them. So, I mean, I'm allergic to mushrooms, but I'm allergic to a lot of things. My allergy list is as long as Trump's enemy list, so it's pretty rough. I keep the whole allergy list on my phone screensaver just in case I die, you know. Figure something out. Yeah, no. It's rough out here. So, as it pertains to my allergies, it makes it really hard to date. I don't kiss on first dates, so people are really disappointed usually. Um, but I get a lot of like bubble girls and like you should live in a bubble all the time, and I'm like, okay, big dog, like chill out. I saw the movie too, so I remember this one date. I told the guy I'm gonna have allergies, you know, chill out, relax. He called me bubble girl at least 3 to 4 times throughout the whole date, and so I was like, thanks for the tacos, I'm out of here. And so, you know, because of that, I try dating apps. You know, you get to put it on your profile and everything. I'm allergic to peanuts. Don't come over here with that bull, okay? But, you know, they always want to ask the first question, you don't eat peanut butter and jelly? Like, no, but, like, be realistic. So, back to dating. You know, it's hard out here. The dating apps, you know, you put your best picture or your friend's best picture or something you found on Google. And you hope that they were good on text messages because once you get them in person, they can't talk. And so one time I was on this date. It's a crazy date. We had a great conversation. The guy was cool on the phone. Had a great conversations. Then I get to the date and we're talking. I don't really believe in like big or like over the top first dates. I'm like, let me just make sure I like you so that if I need to dip out, I could pay for my own food and leave. So I try and make sure that I have the date that's, you know, casual, whatever, I don't know. And so I go on this date and the guy's talking and I'm like, okay, going over that, you know, first date fluff. What are your intentions? What are your goals in life? And we sit there and all of a sudden my food comes out and I'm a food dancer. So I'm like, yeah, my food is here. And then I, you know, bow my head to pray. Shout out to Jesus, eat my food. God, thanks. And, you know, the prayer doesn't sound like that, but, you know, it goes something like that. And so I'll open my eyes, and he's still talking, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So he's like, you ready? And I'm like, ready for what? So he proceeds to take his, what I thought was a retainer out of his mouth and takes out his teeth. And it's not like an old guy or anything. Like, no, he's like 30. And he's like, I'm like, oh. Okay. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, okay. What happened? And he's proceeding to tell me the story, and I'm still not listening because I'm so focused on Bugs Bunny sitting across from me. Like, what just happened? So I'm like, maybe I should call you Beaver Boo because those teeth are just attacking me. So we ate, and then we're like going to the grocery store after because this is now our follow-up after the date. I don't know why I stayed that long. I was so fixated on his teeth. But, you know, I was like, this is not going to work. So I asked him, like, well, why haven't you gotten veneers or anything like that? Me thinking privileged, I don't know, you have to have insurance, right? But maybe that's a privilege, I don't know. So he's like, no, I've tried it. They told me it would take too long. I'm like, you're 30. How long did they tell you we're going to take? It's like 2 years. You didn't have 2 years between 18 and 30 to put some teeth back in your mouth? Okay, fine by me. So he tells me all this, and I'm still like thinking back to the conversations we had over the phone. He told me that he bought 30 bottles of cologne every month. But you didn't save up enough money to get your teeth fixed. I can't seem to figure out the logic. It just didn't make any sense. Needless to say, I haven't been on dating apps, and I haven't been on a date ever since. So, and I think my picker is off. It's possible. I'll take the blame, you know? How many of you guys have ever stalked somebody? See, I love the honesty. I love the honesty because nobody ever says that they stalk people, and I've done it. Okay? So what in particular time? Ex-boyfriend, boo from ever. I wanted him so bad, and then one day we became a relationship. And so he comes home, or he's getting ready to get off work. He gets off work at 10. He calls me. He's like, oh, babe, yeah, I'm coming home. I'm going to be a little late, but I'll be there in a minute. But I'm stopped by my dad's, and I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to talk to him. And I'm like, that's normal. That's his normal routine. I've seen him do it, whatever. And his dad calls me about 10 minutes later after we get off the phone and goes, hey, have you seen him tonight? He was supposed to stop by here, and I haven't seen him. I said, oh, no, he's on his way. He's on his way. He'll be there. He just stopped to get some food. He'll be there. You know what I did? I got in the car. I drove over there, sat under a tree, you know, waited for him to pull up. He gets out the car, fully dressed on how he went to work. I said, what happened to the shower? What happened to that shower? I'm like, what? So he's like, no, I'll put these clothes back on. I'm like, okay, let me smell your dick. What's up? Let me smell it. No, he didn't want to do that either. He's like, no, you tripping. So now we're in the yard in front of his dad's house. And I'm going off. I'm going crazy. You got me fucked up and all these things. Driving around in a car that's in my name at some other bitch's house. Cannot stand it. So his dad comes out and he's like, y'all need to chill out. He shouldn't have said nothing to me. I punched his son right in the face. It was so bad. I was so out of character. Well, I went home that day. I wrote him a little apology letter. Dear Mr. C, thank you for the heads up. Your son deserved that punch. But I'm so sorry you had to see it. Thanks. Sent him on his merry way. Good times. Let's see, what else did I have for you guys? You are amazing. Oh, lovely. So I'll end up with my outfit today. So today I got dressed feeling like I'm going to look the way I feel. Today was at work expressive day. And so I was like, I feel a little expressive. And I have on my Kendrick Lamar shirt. Shout out to Kendrick. And I expected people at my job to say anything, you know. Nobody realized. I was like, this sucks. I went all the way to Canada to get this shirt. I went to see Drake get called a pedophile in his country. That was real. And so my boss is like, no, you need to just chill out. And I'm like, well, maybe the big boss said decorate. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll decorate. She was like, no, don't you decorate for the man. And I'm like, no, I'm shucking and jiving for ICE. Trying to let them know that I'm a real native. So, you know, that's my time. I go by Jazz Clarity on Instagram and TikTok. So that's where you can find me, JASCLARITY, because it's clearly me. All right.
That was great. I really did. Good. See, that wasn't so bad after all. It just seems like that, but it's not. It's the only way to go when you have the comedy of Agnielo Lobo. Let's do this. Lobo. Para bailar con Lobo se necesita una poca de gracia.
I don't know. I can't believe I'm honored by so many great comics tonight. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't know how I can follow that, but it's great to be here on a Valentine's on Friday the 13th. I'll tell you how I got here, and I'm really not, I was a little bit bummed about it until I got here and I was seeing all these beautiful people. So my date canceled, our Valentine's date. No, it was great. It's good. I was happy. I was like, okay, save $200 and I'm going to do an open mic. You can't beat that. And I was gently reminded about my ex-wife today on your set. No, it's great. She used to say that too. She said, Angelo, it's lies, 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 lies. I said, babe, I'm telling the truth. Lies, 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 lies. Being married is great. But you think about it, when you're young, it starts off like a fantasy, right? You're like in a schoolyard, and guys give you a little lifesavers. Will you marry me? You got a boyfriend. Now you got a boyfriend. You go home, say, Mommy, I got a boyfriend. Dad says, you got a boyfriend. Then it kind of grow up, and you get to real boyfriend and girlfriend. Then it goes fiance, house comes, the cars, jobs. Kids come out. You're broke. Then somewhere down the line, shit hits the fan. And like in my case, you become plaintiff and defendant. See, they don't paint these dreams when you're going to Disneyland. Nah, they don't tell you. Divorce is real. But I'm just here to not warn you or anything. It's just beautiful part of life. You can enjoy it. You don't have a baby fund because you're going to need it. I really didn't prepare anything today, as you can tell, but I got some notes. You remember, this was to be the black book. Like, before phones came out, this was your little black book. You have some numbers in there. And there would be codes for the beeper they used to have. We all knew what 69 meant. There's certain numbers, 247, he's still here. But yeah, man, I'll tell you a little background about myself. And I was thinking about some things with this teacher stuff. You know, there's things that we don't talk about in this world. We got like this, what is it called, Epstein. We got Diddy. And listen to me, look, I do never condone sexual acts on children. It's wrong. But nobody talks about these young, beautiful teachers that are sexually molesting these boys. Right? We sweep that under the rug. Now, I'm going to talk about it. I got something to say because I don't remember a day in my life. Like my sex education teacher, her name was Mrs. Snow. She had mini skirt up to here. She looked like Marilyn Monroe. And we would sit there in class and just like, my buddy said, D'Angelo, what'd you get on that last test? I go, I don't care, man. I want an F. Give me an F. Just give me an F. But nowadays, this whole thing, and some of these teachers were fine and molested the boys. And somehow the parents found out. Look, if that happened to me, I'm zipping it. I'm not going to tell anything. What am I going to say? Yeah? No? My dad come up to me and say, Angelo, I want to talk about Mrs. Snow. What did she do? Is there some hanky-panky? I'm like, Dad, she's great. She helps me. She is wonderful. She's telling me to stay after school. She's helping me. Now, there's nothing going on, Dad. I mean, I'm a man. That's how we grew up. Testosterone, like you said, it was full of life. Every day, man. You wanted. Get the nicest car, get the nicest girl. Got to jail. Arrested in jail. And it was great. I'm coming up on 55 years young. Few months. Yeah, don't clap at that. Don't clap. Shit changes. You get mail. Comes AARP, discounts, senior. I opened the Denny's menu and it said 55 plus, welcome. I said, shit, I'm not there yet. The heck? But going back to Mrs. Snow. When I got married, I loved my wife. I loved her. I still love her. But I was scrolling on Bumble because we're great co-parents, and I was scrolling and I saw her on her ad, and I stopped. I saw, oh, there she is, and I start reading the fine print. You know, she says I can cook. I take care of the house, and she's wearing a bikini. I was like, she never did that with me. I just swipe left. But then I was like, damn, I want to see her. So I called her up. Say, hey, what's up? I remember this. One of my exes called me on Valentine's Day. She called me to vent about her new boyfriend. She said, I think there's something wrong with him. I go, what are you calling me for? She said, well, I still care about you, and I want to talk this through. I think it's something called Asperger's. I go, he's Asperger's? I don't know what that is. She said, no, he's just really losing it. I said, where is he? He's in the garage packing these bags and boxes. I go, oh, he's in my garage, packing bags and boxes. She said, yeah, oh, yeah, I just thought about it. Okay, I got to go. Yeah, I grew up with these. I loved Red Fox. You know, I loved Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I grew up watching those guys. And one time I was in bed with this new girl. And we're watching Red Fox, and he said something, and he said, look, he said, I was dating this girl. She said, can you fuck me and hurt me? And he said, yeah, damn right. So he banged her all night and then hit her with a brick. So the young lady I was with, she said, okay, can you just fuck me but don't hurt me like that? Just hurt me in other ways. I said, sure, no problem, baby. All night we were going at it. Because I play, you know, indoor Olympics. I do my best. Got up, ready to go to work, and got to the top of the stairs, and I pushed her. Ah, what'd you do that for? I didn't felt I hurt you enough.
Oh my God.
Can you see why my Valentine's date didn't show up? You're laughing, yeah? Oh, you too, huh? But times have changed, the world has changed, man. Things scare me. I get scared. And look, I don't care what floats your boat. It could be transsexuals today, it could be gay, whatever. I mean, I'm with it. But I'm just a little worried and concerned. I just don't want to date someone with a bigger penis than that guy. It's a problem for me. I mean, I'm looking, boobies are nice. And I look down and really? I mean, this is a 7-inch killer, don't get me wrong. But it's not the quantity, it's the quality. It's the quality. And the new thing on the block. In LA, I see it all over the place. And women, you can vouch for this probably. Everybody's got, I saw that, thank you. Everybody's got a dog now. I'm not happy with online dating. I'm going to get a dog. I went to the pet store and I got this beautiful dog. Mommy, it's a cute dog. I'm going to get it. The problem is, for me, I'm concerned. When I see the dog's got bigger balls than I do. It's a Doberman. German Shepherds, they're walking around like boom, boom. I can't deal with that. The thing is, though, as a single guy, and you date someone with a dog, I was talking to my cousin, he goes, yeah, man, but Angelo, you got to go for it, man. Don't worry about it. Go for it. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, well, if you don't want to start over because you got all these kids, so go with somebody who has a dog. I'm like, really? I said, so why are you saying that? He said, because the dog might die in a couple years and then you'll still have each other. Fido might not make it. I mean, we got to be realistic with this thing. So, you know, that's where I'm at. Do you have a dog? So we're ahead of the game. All right. Hey, you can find me on angelolobo.com. I'm so honored to be here, and I'm going to call up Sunda again. If you really laughed, follow me on Instagram. If you didn't laugh, still follow me on Instagram. Thank you.
Oh, I love your shoes. Are those soccer shoes? Look at these kicks. Are they soccer shoes?
These are Japanese tigers.
Oh, arigato. Arigato. Oh, Oni-chan.
I know Bruce Lee. What did Bruce Lee order at Burger King?
Whoppa. Wow. Oh.
What did he have to order? What did he have to drink with it?
Tell me.
Water.
Ich ni sam chi go rook. All right. Why are we doing these racist things like that? I'm going to say I'm a racist. You know why? Because my ex-mother-in-law, she was my mother-in-law really, but she hated me. Everybody's mother hated me. Like in-laws, but the Japanese are really, really mean. And they talk Japanese in front of you, and you're talking about you. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm like, yes, you are. I was butt naked with my boyfriend under the blanket. His mother came home 2 days early with her sister. I couldn't tell the difference. Japanese, it was Yoshiko and and Toby and Yoshiko, and who is the girlfriend with the and Tobiko? Not Tobiko. That's something you eat. I don't know. Yes, it was Yoshiko and Yoko, right? But I'm under the blanket and they're home early and we have no clothes on and I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I'm having a conversation with his aunt while they're biting me. My daughter told me that I couldn't kill the spider. It killed me. Look at me. Oh my God, I'm getting that old lady skin now. All right, it happens. But you know something? You got to love the skin you're in. I'm kidding, Linda. I have to tell you, I am so proud of this comedian that's coming to the stage. And I'm proud of her because she's young and she's really doing something. And she's out there getting it done. And she's got a radio show, and you're going to hear all about it. But right now, it's okay to give it for Lily. Yes.
Thank you, Sunda. Thank you. You know, I really miss my dad. But more than my dad, I miss my dad's Peloton. Because, let me tell you, my daddy's a great guy. He taught me how to ride the bike, taught me ABCs, taught me how to make friends, taught me how to shred on didgeridoo. That's right, my dad's Australian. But my dad did not give me these legs. That's all the dad's Peloton right there. Oh, yeah. You know, my relationship with my dad's Peloton is a little bit more complicated than with my actual human father. See, with my dad, I get to go up to him and say, "Hey, Dad," and he pats me on the back. The Peloton calls me a big back. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Gen Z vernacular, big back roughly translates to like a fat, ugly, worthless individual of no merit. So, yeah, that's Peloton. Peloton is kind of like an abusive boyfriend who's just too sexy to break up with. So I'm still sticking with it. Well, I was. Not anymore. Because we didn't really speak the same language. And I think the straw that finally broke the camel's back was the final Peloton ride. It was in late 2025. I hopped on the Peloton, you know, clipping, and I'm going at it, right? Pedaling. 5 minutes in, I'm sweating, and the instructor is already intelligible. I have no idea what the fuck this guy is saying. All I know is that he's screaming, "Yes! Yes!" And I'm like, okay, yes. And I'm going. It's a great time. Only thing that's keeping me going is this guy yelling at me and the dream of achieving Simone Biles' leg physique. I really wanted to get there. So the background of this entire lesson is like hardcore electronic music. Right, I felt like I was in Berlin. It was insane. And we finally get to kind of like the winding down part. I still have no idea what my instructor is saying, but I just know that he's clapping. He's saying, "Yes, yes." And I'm like, okay, yes. Click off of the lesson. It was in German, that's why. I did a whole 40 minutes in German. The hell? So that was interesting. Let's see, what else do I have about my Peloton? I really only wrote that one joke. But I do have a lot of stories about Peloton, specifically me getting into my dad's edibles and then hopping on the Peloton. That's a ride. Jeez. I remember they have like Daft Punk rides or different artists, and I love Daft Punk, huge fan of it. And I remember 10 milligrams in, right? Hopping on the Peloton. Some song, what was it? It was like Get Lucky. You know that song? Oh, the night to the sun. Who knows the lyrics, right? We all know that words don't matter here, right? Semantics aren't important. It's Daft Punk. It was possibly the best 5-minute warm-up ride of my life. Yeah, that's right. I got bad cardio abilities. But anyway, miss you, Peloton. Miss you, Dad. But miss you, Peloton, more. All right, my name is Lily Hayes. You can find me at laughaboutit_UCLA. That is my radio show. It's Wednesdays, 4 to 5. Last Wednesday, I interviewed the wonderful Sam, which was awesome. So check that out. That's going to be on my YouTube, which is under my DJ name, DJ Lazu Lily. So that's YouTube, Instagram, laughaboutit_UCLA. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Jennifer, would you come up?
God, give it up for Lily. She cracks me up. I love that every time you come to, it's been a different story. Like, that's been really great. So happy Friday the 13th. Enjoy this doodle. Anyways, and so, yeah, this whole week I've kind of been forgetting about Valentine's Day. I keep, like, people were like, what are you doing Saturday? I'm like, what's Saturday? Like, because honestly, like, life has just been going. Like, I've just been working so much, so I'm like, just been on the go. So today when I showed up to work, and I work with kids as well, all the kiddies are like, oh my God, Miss Jen, like, happy Valentine's Day, and they're giving me all these candies, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I forgot, like, this matters for you guys. Like, I really did. And I'm normally on it, like, you know, for Christmas, I made them goodie bags, like, I did the thing, like, I love that, because I was trying to secure the gifts from the parents. So this time, I kind of forgot, and I need to be on it because Teacher Appreciation Week is soon. So I have it coordinated, you know, but I was like, okay, how do I make up for this? My mom, the way she apologized was with food. My dad, the way he apologizes is with money. So I was like, boom, pizza. Pizza. And they're all like, oh, we're getting pizza, Miss Jen, we're getting pizza. And so, right, like, this is my Valentine's Day at the school in a nutshell. One of the kids is like, I'm like asking him, because I had 4th and 5th grade. And I'm like, hey, like, did you like give your gift to your crush? And he's like, oh, yeah. He was like, hold on. He was like, Miss Jen, I gotta take a shit. That's their way of not cussing, by the way. Shit. I gotta take a shit, Miss Jen. And then he goes, and then his gift falls out. And that was his gift to me. It was an envelope. I'm like, thanks, bud. Thanks. No, that actually happened. True story. Then this other kid, this kinder kid, he comes up to me, and I'm like, hey, and like, we had this little thing where I try to scare him, right? And he's like, Miss Jen, he was like, I'm gonna tell my dad, and he's gonna whip your butt. I was like, oh, he's like, yeah. He's like, you know, sometimes he's whipped my butt before. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah. And like, one time, him and my mom, they were fighting, and he whipped her butt, but then she hit him in the head, and she beat him up. And I'm like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk away now. I am a mandated reporter, so that's good to remember. So yeah, that was fun. And so I did get them, like, I did end up getting them the pizza. It was great, but like, I did have to have it as an incentive. These kids get lazy. I'm like, I'm fully spending my money on you guys, right? Like, I'm like, you guys can at least pick up some trash. I'm like, I fully have to spend this money. And this kid comes up to me. He's like 20 in his hand. He's like, just get me a cheese pizza. I wanted to take it. I was gonna take. I'm not gonna take his money. I was like, put the money up and pick up the trash. No. And so while that's going on, right, I look in the corner, and we have like this kind of like a basement area. Like, there's these stairs that go down, and the kids are all like, it's haunted, right? And so there's this kid there, and he's just standing off to the side, like looking at the stairs. He's just like, and I'm like, hey, Michael, like, what's going on? He's like, I'm like, Michael, like, I'm like going up, Michael, what's going on? He's like, that place is where my nightmares are. I'm like, I was like, yeah, it is pretty scary, right? I was like, come on in. Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, let's just like, come back with me then. Like, you know, we don't have to be around here. And he just like slow turns. And it's like, I'm like, Michael, let's go. And it's like, it just felt like he was possessed. Like, I felt like it was like giving like Silence of the Lambs, like, Clarice. Hello, Clarice. So yeah, the kids are very much a hoot. I love them so much. To some of them, I miss Jen. To other people, I miss Jennifer. For the people that call me Miss Jennifer, they think it's like an inside thing. They're like, her name is Miss Jennifer. And the other kids are like, her name is Miss Jen. They're like, no, it's Jennifer. And I'm like, yeah, guys, like they're both right. They're both right. So on Instagram, I go by Divine. My Instagram handle is Divine World with 2 E's. And a lot of people ask me, like, how did you get that name? Like, where does that come from? And bottom line is like, girl, I hated myself. Like, so my name, I didn't feel like a connection to it because I was like, what the fuck is it, Jennifer? Like, girl, I'm over here doing everything under the sun. Like, Jennifer would never. Jennifer's working a 9 to 5, ready to get a family. And this Jennifer is out at a 24-hour club ordering ramen and partying with somebody on Cat. Girl, like, it's divine, babe. It's divine. Such a divine world. And so I thought it would have been a simple name. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I know Divine. Like, when I told my friends at first, they're like, we're not calling you that. I'm like, okay, fine, fair. I know for them, they probably thought, like, she's probably going into psychosis. She has, like, a God complex. I promise you I didn't. I was just like, Divine, this is so cutesy. And they weren't fucking with it. So I thought it was a simple name. It wasn't. I linked with one of my friends, and we're smoking. And he's like, so how do you say your name? I'm like, what do you mean? Because I didn't know, like, at this point, we hadn't introduced ourselves. And you know when you link with somebody and you've linked with them for a couple, like, of moments, you guys are connected, you can't just be like, so what was your name again? Like, no, you got to just be like, wait, like, and, like, you can't even play that card where it's like, how do you spell your name? Because if their name is, like, Brad, bitch, you know how to spell my name. Like, so I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, your name's Devine, right? And I'm like, the fuck is Devine? I'm like, Divine? And he's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, like, also, that's not my name. So that was like my little mic drop. I love to mic drop it sometimes. Sometimes I'll use Divine, like if I'm out around some creeps. Okay, so I'll wrap on this note. Lately, I've been wearing my chain with my little Star of David, right? And I would go into this bit where I'm like, oh, I'm not Jewish, X, Y, and Z. This week, like a client came in, right? And he's Jewish, and he's like talking to us, and he's like, you're Jewish? And I'm like, no, like, I'm not, like, it's this whole thing. And he just goes, serious face. I was like, oh, I can't be an ally? I can't be an ally. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first got the chain from my grandma and people would ask me if I was Jewish, I was kind of confused. And don't blame me. I know I grew up in LA, but I grew up in Inglewood. So my school, my first white student ever in my school was in high school, and she lasted till sophomore year. One white student ever. I never really grew up with white people. And we had a trip to the Museum of Tolerance, and that shit got canceled because we were bad as fuck. And they were like, you know what? Just for that, now you guys will not be learning about that anymore. So don't blame me. Blame the Inglewood public school system. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Divine. You guys can find me on Instagram at Divine World, DivineeWRLD. And yeah, I kind of just do the social media here at LA School of Comedy. I love it so much. Yes, give it up, give it up. Give it up for social media. Literally, it's like my passion. I feel like how most people feel about other things. Like, I get like nerdy about the social media. I feel like it's a great way to just market yourself quickly, a page. Like, when people ask you for your Instagram, it's real quick so that they can just see it and like get you booked. And that's kind of what we do here. So thanks so much. That's my time. And I'm going to bring up the lovely Sunda.
Now, when you're in West Hollywood, you see Divine Water. It's not hers, but I saw it. And I was like, oh my God, Divine with 2 E's. Hunter, not a few minutes? Not tonight. Well, it's been a great night. That's what I got to say. And if you didn't get your pictures from me, make sure you do. And make sure that if you guys are guests, you sign in and know that we're trying to keep this little space open. So if you could tell people to come in, it helps us. If you want to do a podcast here, it helps us. Support this girl's radio show. I am so proud of her. I am so proud of her. And it's a nice studio and everything. So if you want to find me, you know, somewhere. And on all platforms at Sunda Live. And of course, good night. I forgot what I was going to say.